So, in a few days, we're going to read the Torah portion. We're going to read the Parsha that discusses Noach and the cataclysmic flood that power washed the earth because of the tremendous amount of immorality and sexual depravity that took place during the time in which Noach and his family lived. Noach and his family are the designated survivors of the humanity. It's like the university of. They're the only people left. And in his teva, in his ark, were enough pairs of the animal species to repopulate the earth. So after about a year, Noach and company, they leave the ark and they begin the process of starting anew. Noach's first move is to build a mizbeach, to build an altar, and to bring karbanos, to bring offerings to the Almighty in thanks for the salvation, in thanks for the opportunity to start anew. And next move of Noach is perplexing. Noach plants a vineyard, he harvests the grapes, and he gets drunk. As a result of Noach's intoxication, he is sterilized by one of his children, which is a very difficult dynamic to understand how that happened. I mean, you'd figure that there was enough communication while they're all together in the ark after a year that they could, enter like a new phase in a healthy way. But that's what happens. So the problem is that this is the first thing that Noach does. He and his family survive. And the first thing he does is get drunk. The issue is that he missed his opportunity to make a mark on humanity, to make a difference, to make the most of the opportunity of starting again anew. And we see how this plays out on Noach's legacy. We talk about Adam. We talk about the Jewish forefathers, the Avos. We talk about many other people throughout the Bible, throughout Tanakh, who are considered to have made an impact on society. And Noach is in essence considered a non-factor. We talk about how Noach survived. Noach is the character in the Teva, and as it were, he gets out of the ark and he falls flat on his face, as opposed to hitting the ground running. But what should Noach have done? Noach had suffered a tremendous trauma. Everyone he knew besides his immediate family is wiped off the face of the earth. Everything he once knew, civilization as he knew it. Is it unreasonable to suggest that Noach had a trauma reaction? Maybe he had a little bit of PTSD, to say the least, considering that he is a decimal point of the human population, and that he's the only one, along with his family, that are left? Why should we look at Noach harshly for getting intoxicated as a means of perhaps coping with his pain, of trying to numb those difficult and painful feelings that he was having as a result of being a survivor? The idea and phenomena of a survivor's guilt is well known and documented in human psychology. So why are we judging Noach? He should get a pass. Okay, he made a mistake. One of his sons treated him inappropriately. Okay. But why is Noach lambasted in the commentary for getting drunk right after he leaves the table? The answer is that it's because he was reflecting a lack of understanding as to what was going on. He viewed himself as a survivor. I made it, I got out, that's it. He thanks God for the opportunity. He thanks God for having kept him alive. And then, okay, he survived. Check off. And that's why we don't have anything else about Noach. You see, later on in the parsha that we're going to all read together, we talk about Nimrod and making the Tower of Bavel, Migdal Bavel, to wage war against God, whatever that means. We're not going to discuss that now. And then Noach is still alive. Everyone in the world is related to him. Think about that. Noach doesn't say anything. He doesn't stop them. He doesn't say, God wants us to populate the world, don't be in one place. Or maybe he did say something, but the Torah doesn't record that statement, should it have, if it existed, because at that point, Noach wasn't someone that they respected. Why? Because he didn't take advantage of his opportunities. Noach should have left the Teva and hit the ground running, building places for him and his family to live, making sure that the animals were producing in a way that they would be efficiently populating the world, to take the opportunity of a tabula rasa, of a clean slate of the entire world, and fashion it in a way that God would be proud. But he didn't do that. He lost that opportunity. The lesson is that we are invariably going to have difficult situations come into our life. It's a fact of life. It is what it is. It's not to discuss now why God made life difficult, but it is. We have two choices for how we view difficulties in life. The first is to face plant like Noach, to look at the situation as an insurmountable wall. How can I overcome this? I can't deal with the pain. I can't deal with the stress. I can't deal with the tension. You know what? I'm just going to chill. Just smoke a joint, drop some acid, get a nice big martini, nice and strong, and forget about my troubles. Can numb myself with lots of television. I can binge read the latest bestseller off the New York Times list. To see that wall and to turn away and to say, oh, I can't, too hard, not my problem. In contrast, Avram Avinu, Abraham, who we meet at the end of the Parsha, shows us how to be successful, which is why he's the first of the forefathers, the first of the Avos. You see a wall in life, you see something difficult, do what Dodge does. Do what Ram trucks do. Grab life by the horns. You take that difficulty and you do something with it, anything with it. But do, build, conquer, overcome. That's God's message to humanity. That's why the story of Noach is in the Bible in the first place. A major lesson we can take from it is when something challenging happens, ask God for help. Noach didn't ask God for help. Noach says, thank you, face plants after getting drunk. A healthy approach, the Torah-informed approach, is we see something challenging, ask God, God, give me a hand here. Show me what to do. Help me figure out what needs to be done. How the heck should I know? I didn't put this wall here. And then with God's help, we take the most of the opportunity. We build, we grow, we plant, we overcome. And in that way, we make the world a better place. Have a great week.